тем не менее, какого хера, Эджлорд?
А?
А?
На какой хер? На мой.
Нет, какого дог... Какого хера?
Еще раз повторю, на какой хер?
На кой хер? Не какой, а какой, а коко... Ты нахер понял? Пидорас. На кой хер?
Блин, дай мне почитать уже эту хуйню. Я пытаюсь ее прочесть.
Что ты читаешь?
Третий раз. Я пытаюсь искать моды, которые не работают.
Cleansing dragon. Savor it for me.
It is time, Morax. We settle this now!
Together as one. Eternal.
Solidify!
Our bond is strong. Smile!
Squall fury!
All will be swept away by the wind.
Be crushed!
Behold! Quit following me. Too slow. The wind rises.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
That's far enough.
Stabilize! Today, you witness your reckoning! Ah!
Gather. Awaken. Resistance is hold that pose.
Behold!
The enraged earth
Поднимем был поступь.
solve you! You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not! Come, experience an eon of suffering!
Creations.
Stabilize!
Smile. Stand with me.
The wind rises. Behold! Savor it for me.
Time
Allow
for
to... Нет, у меня такого мода.
all will be swept away by the wind. Eternal.
I failed to send you. Your end approaches.
Time for a fun. No matter. All will be swept away by the wind.
Savor it for me.
and awaken. Human creations. Existence is unity. Together as one.
Eternal.
The fight is set.
Who's next?
All will be swept away by the wind.
Savor it for me.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. Converge and awaken. Human creations.
Good to see everyone! How's it going? Having fun?
I failed to send you.
You finally made it! Well,
Who's next?
certainly having a blast.
Existence
Day
is unity.
has finally come.
Your end approaches.
Wobasan, I've been training hard. The Arataki blazing armor beetle
Savor it
battle
for
boot.
me.
Now I want to show you just how far. If my progress satisfies you, then please teach me. Show me the way to communicate with Crimson Staff. Do that. And I swear,
Disappear among
once
the
I
sea of
become the reigning
butterflies.
champion of the beetle
Illusions
fighting world,
of the past.
I'll build a. What the? Wobasan got a brand new Oni Kabuto.
That does not...
It appears to be not a typical Onikabuto.
We told Granny all about your Onikabuto boot camp. It really piqued her. As it turned out, a friend of hers had made a whole bunch of gardening and landscaping machines to look after
The bloom pruner can transform into the shape of any creature to blend into its environment. Squirrels? So, Master gave Guoba a bloom pruner and got it to take the form... That's pretty high-tech for a gardening appliance. Xiaoling's master is Madame Ping, so Madame Ping's friend... Aha! Of course! Wind on top with mountain underneath. Find the second to last line.
No machine can compare to a
More
real
sugar
live
intake
Oni
needed.
Kabuto
Time for
warrior.
some sweet tea.
Did Guoba-san pick a dun-down?
You may be wise to temper your optimism, Oni King. My beetle senses are failing to detect this Onikabuto's might. Or perhaps...
It's not even alive. There's nothing for you to sense.
549 модов. Кого-то. А у меня 540.
Мне кажется, у тебя проблемы.
Почему?
Это ненормально.
Я видел чела с 700 модов.
Хотя бы не 7000.
Anyway, Guoba-san may possess limitless power, but a warrior needs to be one with his weapon. The bond between Oni Kabuto and trainer is forged through blood, sweat, and tears. Let's get this duel going. It's time for
Have
Guoba-san to
trigram
witness
on
my...
both ends. The third to last line says... Today is a good day for public service and overtime.
Я не знаю, какой мод мне не нужен. Я могу пробраться по списку и посмотреть ненужные моды. То, что работает все окейно, смотря на вот конченый баг с грядой, Это хорошо.
Wings on top of the mountain underneath. Buying the second to last line? More sugar intake needed. Time for some sweet tea. Whoa, Bullchucker sure makes...
I won! Victory is mine! With my... Whew. Alrighty then. Guoba-san, if I have earned your recognition... Huh? Guoba-san, you look... pleased? Does this mean you're... proud of me? Oh, shucks! I don't know what...
It looks like Guoba's all warmed up
Having
now.
trigram on both
Bloom
ends.
Pruner is ready
The
to
third to last
operate.
line says...
Remember the plan? In this round, we want to
Today is a
increase
good
the
day
Bloom
for public
Pruner's power
service.
any higher
And
and no risk
overtime.
knocking Ito's Onikabuto out cold.
Ugh.
Okay, there it is. Paimon knew something was up.
Wait, well, hold on. 1/10 of 1%? As in... you've gotta be kidding me. All that was just 1/1000th of its top power?
Guoba's a little confused. You did say you wanted...
I thought it would go without saying given the size. The Bloom Pruner has to shift rocks the size of cat. Even then, Crystal Tornado is bigger.
That's impossible. If we were talking, twice as strong as the last fight, I think I'd have a shot. 10 times as strong, and we're already looking at about 1,000 times stronger?
When your tactics
Wings on
fail,
top with
you
the
have to
mountain
change your
underneath.
point of view.
Buying the
In
second
our
to last
journeys
line?
far and wide, we often have to
More
think
sugar
on our feet.
intake needed. Time for some sweet tea.
Clinging to old methods can never solve the problem, no matter how hard you try.
Of course, Guoba-san. I gotta study mechanics. Then build a suit of armor, or maybe, heck, I could build a bigger, stronger mechanical Onikabuto, piloted by Crimson Staff under my direction.
An Onikabuto piloting a mechanical Onikabuto?
Seeing the power of Bloom Pruner has made me realize people have tried to tell me this before. Shinobu, the Grandmaster, especially Sky-Cleaving White Iron Lavender. Guoba-san has shown me a new path. With this new technique in my arsenal, size will be no obstacle to me and my valiant beetle warriors as we set out to beat Crystal...
Looks like Guoba's not...
Mechanics, huh?
Did you say expert? Please, Guoba-san, Chef-sama, my savior.
Uh-huh. Thinking of becoming the second Arata...
Shinobu, when'd you get back?
Time's up. We spent our last Mora on these boat tickets. And if we don't get to the harbor...
Give me a minute.
Yeah, I heard. I was actually very pleased to hear the suggestion of you doing some sort of study. But unfortunately, studying in Liyue is very expensive. The Arata...
It'll be fine. I'll just... I know what I'm getting into here, all right? I got it all planned out in my... And don't think for 1 second I'll be abandoning you or the rest of the Arataki gang, neither. If we're gonna study, we do it as a team. Once I've got enough Mora for everyone's tuition fees, the whole Arataki gang is coming to Liyue.
Mountain marsh from
Study
top to
together,
bottom.
learn some epic
third
new
to last
skills
line
together,
means
and come out the other side as the
someone's
stronger,
slacking off
smarter,
right now.
invincible Arataki gang.
You're saying all of the right things.
Wow, Bullchucker! Those were some bold words! You better make sure you follow through.
Having trigram on both ends. The third to last line says...
Of course, I still need to iron out
Today
some
is a
deeds
good
in
day
terms
for
of what kind
public
of work I can
service
get and how much I
and
can.
overtime.
In that case, Oni King, I'll stay here in Liyue. Secondly, now that word of the Arataki Blazing Armor Beetle Battle Boot. Also, if the Oni King's right hand and Sky-Cleaving White Iron Lap...
Awesome! Good thinking. Okay, standard procedure applies. I'll let your grandpops know what you're... Man, I am so pumped to...
I do need to make one thing clear, though. I can't promise that we'll be able to talk an Adeptus into taking you on.
The great master of whom you speak boasts a skill others can only dream of. Their pride and prestige don't faze us. The important thing is that I, on behalf of the Oni King and the Arataki gang, can find a way to show them we're serious and sincere in our quest to master the mechanical arts. So I'll need to do some research to find out what kind of gift box.
We gotta leave right now, or we're not gonna.
More sugar
All
intake
right.
needed. Time for some sweet tea.
Traveler, Paimon, Yunfei Senpai, Miss Xiangling, Guoba. You've all been a huge help to Boss with this. Please, take this as a token of my gratitude.
Wow, you got us a gift!
Have him trigram on both ends. The third to last line says.
The time has come. Adios,
Today is
compadre.
a good day for
See you,
public
sky-cleaving
service
white iron
and
lavender melon.
overtime.
Goodbye, Guoba-san and Chef-sama. And farewell, my savior. I'll be back real soon.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Bull Chucker. It's good to have ambitions, but don't let yourself get carried away in the heat of the... But of course, if everything works out, Paimon can't wait to see Crimson Staff driving a ginormous mechan...
Huh? Wind on top with mountain underneath.
Че играешь?
Find the second to last
Сейчас в
line.
Геншин.
More sugar intake needed. Time for some sweet tea. Have an trigram on both ends. The third to last line says... Today is a good day for public service and overtime.
trigram on both ends. The third to last line says, today is a good day for public service and overtime. Mountain marsh from top to bottom. The third to last line means someone's slacking off right now. Wind on top with mountain underneath. Find the second to last line. More sugar intake needed. Time for some sweet tea.
Чел сделал пинки богомола.
Нормально. С модом?
Нет, я не в римке говорю.
А. Ты участвовал в Геншине в жучиных боях?
third to last line means someone's slacking off right now.
Привет, котяр. Как твои дела? Как успехи в Геншине? Молодец.
Having trigram on both ends. The third to last line says, today is a good day for public service and overtime.
Откуда у тебя столько круток?
You're so happy just to see the sun again. How childish.
Lend me your strength.
The fight is set.
All will be swept away by the wind.
Converge and awaken. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Add
All things shift in divination. Infallible. Mountain and marsh from top to bottom. The third to last line means someone's slacking off right now.
Молодец.
Have trigram on both ends. The third to last line says,
Привет, Спектр.
today is a good day for public service and overtime.
My legs are so sore. Guess I must have been sleepwalking last night. Again. How did I do that? Okay.
Завидую. И при этом все 50 на 50?
А?
А? А?
50 на 50.
Челику 3 райден выпало за 100 круток.
Неплохо. Alright.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but there's
If
cool
it's
to look
in
at and very recognizable. I 3D scanned my forearm for dimensional reference and prepared it for use. Well, the model I mean, not the arm. I did some digging and I looked as there are way more references out there. All the score set, stealthy, tactical, looks so messy. And that, it was great. I control the motors by using a pressure sensor. This way I can tend. It was just weight and spot on and regular toggle switch. To avoid gravity, and orientation seems to be a non-issue. The fine control though, that was something I didn't expect. I thought that once I add the heavy plexi blades, the motors will shake and overcorrect. But or not, I already have some plans for some up.
Все, скоро мантисами будут людей резать, Эджлорд. Скоро будут мантисами людей резать, наконец-то.
Они же для косплея все равно.
Это пока что.
Она не будет киберпанка, их бы вообще не сделал. Там.
Arataki Ito? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is, to be completely honest,
Wait, you mean he already had...
No, not exactly.
Это котяр был видос про киберпанк.
Very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a ruckus. So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, I don't personally see him as a bad guy. But I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control. You know, I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids. If I had to guess, his lack of income finally drove him to do so.
Is it just Paimon, or is this Ito?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. He tends to spend his time. Perhaps you could try asking around some more.
Okay, thanks.
Arataki Ito? Oh yeah. I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a...
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really a...
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said, maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend kids being kids aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, I won! Then he took the kid's candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of him.
Ugh, that's just...
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was, in fact, the children...
Я понял, короче, лорд. Итта — это Занта.
And never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad...
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the 10... So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything.
Thanks for the info.
Arataki Ito. Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission...
Catherine says that Arataki Ito hasn't done anything serious. Paimon's curious. Is there any...
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never. For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity. But at first, he was just one of our suspects. But when we went to investigate, What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated. At the time, Arataki Ito put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of The vision hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Ito.
Thanks for all the info. Too bad we still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist. Paimon remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there.
Don't blink. Let's... Oh, him again. Sure. I have answers.
Почему? Практически никого не бесит Паймон.
First, do you have enough Mora to cover the fee? I've heard all about your travels. After everything you...
How much Mora are we talking about here?
A one-off payment of 397,000 Mora, up front. Plus a further 5% of your Adventures Guild remuneration as my commission, if Arataki Ito is successfully caught.
Whoa! That's crazy expensive!
Hold on. I wasn't finished. It just so happens the initial fee... And, as for that amount, I'll settle things with the Adventures Guild once we have Ito. So, from the way I see it, you guys are getting a pretty nice deal. Now then, to give you the full picture in this case... A long, long time ago, in a village lost to time, there lived a Crimson Oni and a Blue Oni. They were the best of friends. The Crimson Oni looked fierce, but was gentle like the humans. The Blue Oni looked human, but was reclusive, like an Oni. The Crimson Oni wished to befriend the humans, but they were scared, and threw beans at him whenever he came near. So the Blue Oni said to the Crimson Oni,
Akka, I'll cause trouble in the village. You come and stop me. Then the humans will accept you.
As planned, the Crimson Oni chased the Blue Oni away. The Crimson Oni's deeds spread throughout the land, and people finally accepted him. But when the Crimson Oni went to tell the Blue Oni the good news, he was gone and left only a letter behind.
I went traveling. Don't come find me or they'll treat you as a naughty little Oni. But don't worry about me. No matter where I go, we'll always be friends.
I suppose the Blue Oni simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Only the...
But the Blue...
Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't go through all the trouble of telling it. One interpretation is that the story is actually... What I'm trying to tell you is that the Oni have sacrificed a lot in the past in order to finally integrate themselves, and every generation of Oni inherits these traits. So while Arataki Ito has never been known to commit a wrongful act in the past...
But how could he do that?
That's a very old story. Nobody knows how long it's been since the Blue Oni disappeared. We can only assume that they have long since died out, in which case, it would be. Besides, the suspect has already confessed. According to my investigation, he was headed southwest. The Tenryo Commission is unable to enter territory controlled by Sangonomiya troops. No doubt that's the reason. Don't mention it.
Wait, Paimon still has a question. If Arataki Ito has given into his
I could only assume so. Judging from his previous bouts, he is a skilled.
Okay, but what's up with people throwing beans at Oni? What use is that?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention, in fact, all Oni will avoid beans, but especially Ito. If you could weaken him a bit by triggering his allergies, perhaps you'd have better luck subduing him.
It's fine.
It just so happens that I have a bag of beans right here. I was planning to use them. Of course, I will charge the Adventurers Guild a fair.
Sneaky. Let's head to Yashior.
Пипец. Получить квесты за вот этот диалог. Жестко. Котяра, ты еще здесь? Я просто сейчас в другую игру пойду.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Quick fall. No use hiding back there.
You're dead! How amusing.
Raging Storm Fury.
Smile! Our bond is strong!
Behold!
Some you win, and some you lose.
Thank you for.
Infested.
Привет, Кли. Что интересного расскажешь? Если тебе есть, конечно, что рассказать. Эджелорд исчез. Привет.
Привет.
My guiding stars!
Let's begin.
Люди в чате, там кто-нибудь еще остался? Я про Чевелинку пошел.